Hey you guys, welcome back. So I have a little message for y'all today. I don't think this will be a long episode, but I definitely wanted to get it out there because I'm embodying the message that I'm about to give y'all this very moment. Okay? I am in full-blown Betsy Ross mode right now. Dare I say, Martha Stewart. Or if you watch Desperate Housewives, Brie Vandekamp, homemaker, seamstress. I am sewing a comforter back together right now, you guys. Because it had not one, but 2 holes in it. And I fixed the first one yesterday, and I woke up this morning and realized there was another one. And this one is not just a hole, it's a rip, okay? And, don't get me wrong, I have not only another comforter that I can use, but I also have the means, the resources, the money to get a replacement if I wanted to, right? That's not the problem, thank God, and I'm so thankful. But my point is, intuitively, I was feeling like, yeah, I know I could throw this comforter away, but I just feel like it's fixable, and I should take care of what I already have. And it's not coming from a hoarding place where I have a sentimental attachment to this item. It's just being appreciative of what I have, and it'll give it a few more months, right? And then I'll donate it or something, or give it to someone in need. But the Lord was testing me. Spirit was testing me. Because something that I tell my clients a lot of times during readings or healing sessions is, as human beings, we get into this loop and this habit of always wanting more. And always asking for more and always trying to manifest more. And we're asking for this expansion and these blessings, but in the present moment, sometimes we're having issues with our capacity. If you guys go to my Instagram at Siren's Nectar, you'll see I've been talking a lot lately about what it means when I say you have a container issue. And I'm going to do a separate podcast on that, but basically it's when energetically you're having a very difficult time carrying everything. And your energy field, if you look at your aura as like a bucket, it can only hold so much. And other people's negativity and projections and stuff takes up room in that bucket. And being a human being is difficult enough. And then you add on other people's negative energy and all that. So that's why cleansing and protection is so important. But anyway, we're asking for this expansion and stuff, and we're having a difficult time holding what we already have. And a lot of people, they're asking for more, and they don't even appreciate what they've already been given. And so one way that will put you in the fast lane when it comes to manifesting and 10xing your manifestations is being grateful for what you already have. And I'm not just talking about the new age, watered down, robotic practice of gratitude that I see online a lot. The affirmations and stuff. I'm talking about actual physical embodiment. Don't just say that you're thankful. Act like it. And the divine is always testing, always, spiritual practitioners and witches and healers and stuff to see if we are really about what we say we are. Because it's easy to tell this stuff to clients. But when that moment comes up in your reality, are you going to practice what you preach? And I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm sewing by hand a comforter right now. And I suck at sewing. And sewing machines are overwhelming as fuck to me, pardon my language. I'm sure they're a lot easier than they are in my head. But, yeah, I've just never felt like dealing with a sewing machine. So I'm doing like the 1776 classic stitch on this comforter. You know? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, I've said many times that, and I have no shame saying this because there's nothing wrong with it, after my daddy passed away, God rest his soul, he did what a good, responsible parent does, if they are able to do so, and he left behind resources and provision for me if something happened to him. I know what it's like to have 6 figures in the bank all at once. I've had it. And when in my early 20s, I was that person, like younger Nikki is the older version of me, but age-wise, she was younger, right? But younger Nikki would have just thrown the comforter out and just replaced it and have it there delivered by Amazon the next day and not even sit down and want to fix it. But I realized that at that time in my life, that was my approach to a lot of stuff. If something wasn't working out, I would just kind of give up and let it go. And not try to fix what was worth fixing. And it's important to show the divine that we are actually grateful for what we have. Like, it's easy and it's human nature because we get on autopilot a lot of the time. But think about, like, our ancestors didn't even have air conditioning. Air conditioning is extremely new in the grand scheme of things. Refrigeration, running water, clean water, water treatment, warm water, hot water for hot showers. You know, grocery stores, an abundance of food where we don't have to go out and look for food or hunt for food every single day. And panic when winter comes. Like, we're very blessed. And I'm thankful for how far society has come industry-wise with the Industrial Revolution and stuff, but I think in a lot of ways it's made a lot of people very, like, disconnected and ungrateful because it's so easy to replace things. And you see this carry over into dating, right? With dating apps and online dating and stuff, and people just, like, they're much, much quicker to give up on a relationship that could have actually been a blessing. Right? And I've been guilty. Over the last few years, I've really, really done a lot of inner work and tried to, like, grow like crazy and work on myself every single day. But before that, I mean, I've given up relationships that probably had a lot of potential. Because I can just download the app again and meet somebody else the same way. And I've also had people do that to me. And it doesn't feel good. And a lot of it comes down to discernment, like learning what is worth fixing and what's not. If this comforter had 1 billion holes in it, or giant ones, I wouldn't be sitting here sewing it, unless I absolutely had to. You know? But It's just a few little rips and holes, nothing big. No big deal. But this is like, y'all are seeing in real time, spirit testing me. But this comforter, it got me through, oh, Lord have mercy. What I was going to say was this comforter got me through this past winter because it was cold, right? So I am thankful to it. As that sentence was coming out of my mouth, I just found another hole. Lord Jesus. Alright, if I find, you know what? If I find one more hole, I'm sorry, that's it. But the message is still the same. Take care of what you have. Be a good steward. That's what my daddy always said to me. That's the phrase. The key word is being a good steward and a good shepherd and taking care of what you've been given. You know, appreciate your blessings the best that you can. And I know that it can be hard sometimes, especially if you're dealing with a lot of duality and a lot of difficult circumstances and stuff. It's difficult to see the good. You know? But when you take care of your blessings that you already have, it helps you to, like, reconnect with them. And really receive and feel that love of God and the divine and your ancestors and your spirit guides that gave that to you, whether it's your health, your food, your money, your shelter, your safety, your wealth, your relationship. Because I made a post the other day, like, I know what it's like to have a buffet. And like I said, have 6 figures in my bank account at once. And I also know the flip side. I know what it's like to be hungry. To the point where, like, your stomach is burning. And it hurts. I know what that's like. So, and I used to think that Spirit, I'm not going to say that Spirit put me through those things, because it was not a punishment. I don't have a lot of bad karma. It was more so that I could, when my blessings came back, I could appreciate them more. And because I was more appreciative, I'm going to naturally be more protective of my blessings. You know? So, just take care of what you have the best that you can. And it's okay to want more. Especially the feminine, like, we're always wanting more. It doesn't mean that we don't appreciate what we have. Most of us. I mean, there are some brats in this world, don't get me wrong. Girl. But, like, two things can be true at the same time. And you can say, in this present moment, I'm thankful for X, Y, and Z. And also, I want to 10x it. Like, for example, if you're trying to manifest a new house, let's say that you want a 4-bedroom house, and you currently have a 1-bedroom house. And when you moved into this 1-bedroom, maybe you came from an apartment. So it was a level up, it was an update. And energetically, you meta-updated to the next level. So when you moved in, you were super happy and thankful and grateful. But you've been in this house much longer than you wanted to be, or that you thought you would be. And you hate it. You hate waking up there every day. You hate coming home to that house. And there's this sense of dread and resentment. And you're like begging God and the divine to give you that 4-bedroom house. Start by doing the best that you can to take care of the 1-bedroom first. Because a lot of times, that's one reason that we have not received our answered prayer, that blessing or that manifestation. And I'm not telling y'all anything that I don't know for a fact. I've been guilty of it. I'm a human being just like you guys. We all have our spoiled brat moments. But it's important to come back to our center and be thankful. So be thankful for what you have while wanting more. But take care of it in the meantime. And if you play your cards right, and you genuinely are a good steward, who knows? Like the divine, they love to like reward us for things, right? And they love to blow our mind in the best way. So you might have been saying this whole time, I just want my 4-bedroom house. And by the time you get there, it's a fucking mini mansion, a 6-bedroom house. And the only gap, the only thing stopping you from being there was you needed to work on your stewardship and your character and your gratitude. And then God said, okay, you know what? You wanted 4, I'm going to give you 6. Good job. So, this was my little transmission for the day. Just be grateful for what you have. Okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. If you would like to book a spiritual reading with me, or you want to reserve a 90-minute healing session with me, you can go to sirensnectar.com/booking. And on my website, I also offer handmade amulets for different things and different manifestations: protection, beauty, health, healing. And I also offer spiritual baths. So I have a bunch of different spiritual goodies on my website. And yeah, I'm excited. I love this podcast. And as much as I feel comfortable sharing, I might just let y'all know when these tests are right in front of me, playing out in real time. Because I want to show you guys, I am not I'm not God. I'm not superhuman. I still deal with regular human experiences. And Spirit loves to see, are you really about that life? Let's test you. So, yeah, I'm going to get off of here, but I love you. Bye.